Karthik from AnyAUT. Thank you so much for joining back. Day 6 for our AnyAUT certified tester training. So we're going through a lot of content in the past few days, team. A lot of initial exposure to you. Primarily, does this talk about pretty much what we were covering so far? Manual testing, writing tests in Excel, IDE, how do we do element identification? Basics of HTML as a programming, all about automation frameworks, element identification using XPath for regular and dynamic elements team. Okay, so these, I think at least we have to get it into two portions. This is like for regular elements, non-complicated. We will do a little bit more advanced out here, team. Okay, so this will come to, I'm not worried. Let me put this here. Ouch. Okay, great. So where were we? Element identification using XPath for regular elements. How do we write it? Writing our own custom programs on Selenium IDE or even Catalan team. I don't think we took a very strong look at Catalan. We will go back and we'll take a look again. Then we have AnyAUT Orange, how to get started with it, how to write your test, how to install it and execute this test. So this is something we're going to talk about. Post which, this is where we're going to get to team, to the other topics as a continuation to the same batch. Almost many of you have already kind of continuing the same batch, right? So it'll be the same thing ongoing from there. Okay, let's see. So team, there were a few activities that we did on last week. And I was primarily depending on you all to show me what is it that we were adding at your end one by one. So we know how we are building up to test the application. Anyone wants to share their screen and showcase what is it that they've done? Want to give a walkthrough of their assignments? Let us look at all the assignments that we have. Assignments will come here somewhere. I have the important links doc. Assignments. So far, assignment 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, wow. Where is assignment 5? Didn't we put assignment 5? I think I did, right? To create some more tests in AnyAUT team. We'll come to assignment 5. And here I'll talk about a little bit more advanced. So here, build, maintain, and execute automation tests using AnyAUT. All right. Now, team, who wants to share the screen and talk about what they've done so far in these applications or assignments? I will start with them. Shazia, you wanted to, right? This is a continuing session, same training. What we were doing last week, predominantly our free training on manual testing, is the same training that's continuing and it will continue to be in the same zone. Okay, I have a few of them. I'm going to start with one by one. Shazia, Saroja. No, none of you are muted. None of you are unmuted. All of you are muted. Let me make Saroja, are you the presenter to begin with? You should be able to speak and share your screen right now.
Yeah, hi Karthik, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Saroja?
Good, thank you. So I try to work on the assignment that you gave us here last time. So I tried to do the project using Selenium. So first, I tried to write the XPath by myself, but it was quite hard. Couldn't get to understand. Like you showed
Okay.
us to say input ID is equal to first name. Like when I had to do like for sign up or register, how do you find out which is the code word or which is the word that you have to use? So I try to do it like an automatic automation test, and from there I try to take the words and try to do it.
Sure, sure. So you have two test cases. One is done as a record. The second you
Yes,
were trying to do using XPath. Is that correct?
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, very good try. And I think you're mostly there. There could be certain issues. Now, always
Uh-huh.
remember, team, whenever you're working with an application, you need both of them open. Selenium IDE and the application,
Okay.
so you can be able to see what the issue is when we're executing. So now,
Mm-hmm.
if you bring QA on air up, for example, no, don't run. Just bring
Okay.
it up
Okay.
inside one of the tabs, open it,
Mm-hmm.
and look at that element itself. And then let me guide you with one or two elements. You should be able to complete for the others.
Okay. So for this sign
Mhm.
up, if I wanted to do it, so I would say right click, inspect.
Yes. So now you need to understand, if you go back to our element identification, there are a few methodologies, correct? We
Yeah.
can use
Uh-huh.
ID, name, link text, partial link text, CSS, class. There is also a tag name and XPath. These are there,
Okay.
multiple ways. Okay.
Okay.
First foremost thing that we all should immediately recognize when we see this element is starting with
Uh-huh.
a less than A, which is called an anchor text, which is also a link to
Okay.
a different URL. That is what it
Mm-hmm.
does. User clicks on it. So for this, all I can say, what is it? My text is link text. If I mention that, that is enough. So now
Okay.
go to Selenium IDE,
Uh-huh.
switch to the other window.
Yeah.
Team, are you all following up with what we're trying to achieve? If you are in the same boat, then look at these instructions, it will guide you. Okay. What is very important is now look, see, the first thing that we will do is click
Mm-hmm.
on the sign up, right? So go to line 3, step 3.
Okay.
Your command, which is click, is
Uh-huh.
fine. Your
Okay.
target has to change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for target, we can just give a link text. So if you delete this and write
Okay.
different one for this, link text
So,
equals sign up. Yep, the first one.
okay.
All right. Now, what you wrote is not correct. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you why. First, you look at ID, name, link text, and so on. If this is not there, then we go to XPath. Now, link text is solving this, then we don't have to go to XPath yet. All right, for
Okay.
link text.
Okay.
So for hyperlink, don't write any XPath. Just write link text equal to so and so. Now,
Okay.
what you have to do is use those icons on the right of it, where you say find that element in the page.
Uh-huh.
So click on that in Selenium IDE and team. Yeah. So click on that.
Uh,
I- Again, once again, see that is where you need. Okay. Team, do you all watch how I do my testing? Do you all watch it? How I resize my windows patiently,
mm-hmm.
slowly like a tortoise? Do I do it, team? Yes or no? That is what I want you to do. Resize your windows nicely, arrange them so that you can see both the screens. Then you do your actions. Okay?
Okay.
Now, little bit more. You need a little bit more on your Windows browser
Uh-huh.
because, okay. Am I hard to understand, team? Am I very easy to understand? Everyone, it should not be complicated what I'm teaching. Okay, it should be extremely simple. You want to see both things. So reduce the width of your Selenium IDE, increase the width of your browser. so that your QAOnAir.com application, which is now responsive, looking like on a smartphone or iPad, with those 3 horizontal lines, will start to look normal, please. Your browser width should increase, your Selenium IDE width should decrease, Saroja. Can you do that, please, immediately? Okay. Now, close that element identification thing. Inspect element you did right on the browser. Close that quickly so that you see a larger window. Okay, so unless from my perspective or the whole IT industry perspective team, if a QA engineer or automation engineer does not have these two things ready for me, the application under test and the IDE, there is nothing for me to see. It took me 5 minutes to get till here. You understand what I'm saying, team? If any one of you need assistance, I want you to be very organized, extremely systematic. Okay, now it looks much neater. Thank you so much. Perfect. Now click on that again, select target. Do you understand why I made you do all this effort? So I can see both of them together and what's happening. Is it identifying or no? Oh, sorry, Saroj, I think I put you on mute. There was a lot of background noise. I'll unmute you again. Is it doing anything?
Uh, I don't think it's doing.
Okay, that's fine. You click on sign up right now. Let's assume that we go into second step. Manually click on sign up.
Okay.
And let's talk about the next one. Okay. Now, what is it that you want to do in the next? Maybe you want to click on which one? Employer or freelancer?
Freelancer.
So that's again link equals sign up, but that is second one it will be. Okay.
Okay.
How do you click on that? First, you click on employer. Then you can do the sign up. See,
Uh-huh.
the way you've given is this. I'll put you back on mute, please. Team, you got to understand this, team, how you're doing element identification. And that is where I think most of you are still stuck. If I have 200 people in a class, okay, there is a chance that something like a Bob or, a David or, Jesse or some common names will repeat, correct? So can I just trust to call someone by short first name as uniquely done? No, right? I need to do something more. The first and foremost thing I would see, and I would want you all to listen to this very carefully, is how I look at the application with my eyes, very intently, team. I don't, uh, get confused. If any QA engineer during my career, I see that in their mind there is no clarity or little confusion, I would know that, okay, you know what, this person wouldn't do. And I'm not pointing to any one specific. For example, the way we look at sign up, sign up. There are two buttons, one for employer, one for freelancer. Okay. We know humanly this is on left, this is on right. This is under this is under. Selenium will not know. How can you teach it correctly? So you click input class equals sign up. Click on the select target. Is it working? Each and every element you have to keep working and keep adding. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Okay, now click on it. Find target. I think that is the one we should find. Okay, close. Go back to your step 2 and click the same one. Step 3. No, I think it's fine now. Sorry, it was not select. It was always the next one. We're not selecting. Next button, find target in page. Does it do anything? No. Why are you clicking on select target in page again, Saroja? You have to click on find target in page only. And guys, I can't see from here. You have the mouse, right? So you have to visibly show me that way. So it is doing, but somehow it's not blinking on your browser, not showing to me. At least it's not giving an error. Now go back and click on the next one. What should be the next one be? Link text equals sign up. It should be the same thing, but look at the uppercase, lowercase. Step 5 is correct. Input ID equals first name. See, step 5 is correct. That is how you write in XPath. Step 6 also is right. Step 3 and 4, you just change it to link text. Again, see, I don't want anyone to make simple errors, team. There is no space for link text. Why did we give? It is that simple. It will not take it, team. It will not work. You can never rely, it's okay, casually, let it okay, it's okay. How does it matter? Nah, 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 nah. Not in, again, this is also not correct. Why is this not correct? Link text equals sign up. Why is it not correct? Tell me. Why will it fail? 100% sure. It will still fail. Why? It is sign is lowercase, up is lowercase, only S and U are uppercase. How did we put it here? In link text, even the sign and up have to be exactly the same. I've been telling this from the day one team. Okay. Why are you giving me additional exercise? Should I do this or should I? There is never a confusion. Is that clear, everyone? For spaces, underscore, spell errors, there is no confusion. It will never, tolerate it. So be very, very case sensitive. Now run this test again, please. Let us see how it runs till this step. All our job is to write tests, run tests, see where it is going right, where is it going wrong. That is all you have to do, team. If you can't do that, we cannot go into automation. Fair enough. The number of hundreds and hundreds of hours that you'll spend is the main thing, team, for us. I think it's running the first test case also, is it? Why are you running the entire suite? I think just one test case should have been fine. Did it run this one? Saroja, now 1 second, please. Saroja, this run?
Yeah,
Looks like
I tried the second one, the one which I manually wrote. It's working. Yes, no, thank you.
You're welcome. So your target is the most important thing. And in these steps, luckily what you did is every other XPath you wrote correctly, Saroja. You're right. And the
Okay.
last one, CSS button also. And if there are elements that are stopping you, correct, anytime from accessing, how do I say, from automating that step, then
Okay.
right click on that element in the page, inspect on it.
Mm.
Then you can say copy XPath and see what it will give whenever you have a challenge. Okay. But
Okay.
writing tests like these is very, very good, where you can do one step after the other and keep writing more steps like this, please.
Okay. Just one more question. So in this one, said link text is equal to sign up. There were two sign ups. So which one did we mention? Is there
It
how
will
did
take
that
always the first one in the page. So it took the one on the left side.
as the
Now,
employee?
whatever was there on the left side. Now, for the
Oh,
right side, it is basically saying that the link text is sign up, but the second one with that, ignore the first. That is how we will write. Okay, for that is where I wrote even in my document that how do we identify these dynamic elements? How do you put that
uh-huh.
logic? So simple, regular expressions have to be put there. So I'll expose that to you in a couple of days' time.
Okay, thank. And like when I run this test, there was an error, like this 404 error, and then it still works. So
Yes, yes. See what happened basically. Look, if I look at it, it's saying that commented line 2 set window size,
yeah,
right? And
yes.
then it is going to qaonair.com/1963 and so on. Why?
Hmm.
Look at those two bars on step 2. Click on step 2 for me.
Okay.
Okay. Remove the description first of all. Whatever you put in. Did you click on step 2?
Yeah,
Oh,
but okay.
stop. See, you're saying that how can that be the command,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then that value is fine. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is the first command? What is website? What is the
Mm.
okay? Open. Oh, okay, okay. Just stop this test. See, you're
Okay.
writing here in description whatever you write, correct?
Uh-huh.
In the fourth field, do you see this description?
Yeah, yeah.
It will show that, unfortunately. So delete this for some time, please.
Okay.
Okay. And now, what will be the target for opening the website? Just give a /,
Okay.
not this. So every step, team, has to be corrected and put correctly, be it in IDE or WebDriver or anywhere. It's the same thing. Now rerun and see, and that's how you have to keep running tests, team. Okay. Now, Saroja, can you also show you're putting your assignments in your Google folder, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's look at anything else from your side you want to
Uh,
show? Or
that's it. Like I tried the AnyAUT with the same steps, so maybe I should change a few of them in that as well now, right?
exactly. So you write in your AnyAUT, you don't have this all this help of which one to use and so on, right?
Yeah.
Which element. So that help you decorate from Selenium IDE a little bit. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I
Once you know,
actually saw from this and did that. Yeah.
sure. You can show that, but let me see who wants to go next team. Anyone else wants to present? Can you raise your hands? I'm gonna put all the hands down to begin with. So I can make you the presenter. You can showcase what you've done. I could look at it. We can move on with the training. Okay, nice. See, as soon as you go to the dashboard, I see 2 modules, 2 test cases, 19 steps. Module
Yeah.
ID GD001, QA on air 1. What I would suggest is keep constant names for the module names, which is relevant. But I like the way you name the test cases GD underscore com underscore TC003.
Okay.
What are the reviews of Suncor Energy Calgary? See, this is how we neatly write a description. Okay, if it is the right test case, then it's a nice test case description. All right.
Okay.
Then test steps. You written test cases, the killer test cases, and then test steps.
Yeah.
So for some of you, there's still questions on is this demo class or day one live class and all that. I'll kind of guide you on that. Okay, good. So now I see a lot of steps being written here, team. About 2 pages, 19 steps. There is a step number 1 missing. Maybe we've deleted. We start or oh, sorry. There you go. Open Chrome. So the same steps that we write typically in our IDE, if you look at it on the right side, we're writing it similarly out here. We're just using something called as BIK in that column called keyword type, built-in keywords. We'll come to that team. All right. And how we write them, how they perform those tasks. We'll talk about it. So these steps are good. So we'll go forward on this now. Thank you, Saroja. Good work. Very good. This is great start. Keep going. The subtle feedbacks that I give,
Okay.
take it in the right spirit, all of you, and implement it. You will see a wonderful difference in your overall approach towards automation. All right, great. Thank you, Saroja. I'll.
Thank you, Karthik.
You're welcome. Thank you. Who wants to go next? No one else, I guess. Then, right? Okay, cool. So, team, there are a few questions that are coming up. I'll kind of address them first. I'll change my small simple schedule and I wanted to make it relevant to all of you so you get a good idea as to what we're doing. All right. So the first thing, team, let me put the schedule at the top. A lot of spell errors that I wanted to tell my team to help remove, but I want to spend about 10 minutes talking on this and then moving on, team. Okay. Schedule. Come on. Schedule. All right. That is the name. This is incorrect. This is typically about 10 hours of live training. We will look at the topics below soon, team. So this started, when did we start this team? We started towards end of October, correct? Something end of October. So start and okay, October, second, third week. Current batch start. Okay. Next batch for this would be third week, 8:30 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. Okay. And then we are also doing from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Pacific PT. The next batch team that I plan to do is every month, one new batch is what I plan to do live on manual testing QA to begin with. That will then go into the other topics. Now, what is it that most of the manual testing will be done by me team? I will have Shankar do a few specific topics. I know what he's very good at. So I'll kind of take his help into that. Let us take a look at what is there that we have covered so far in the manual testing arena. So manual testing basics, AnyAUT test management, intro to Jira and Trello, understanding web apps, fundamentals of HTML and CSS, Selenium IDE, Catalan Studio, Catalan IDE. I don't know if it is right to name it as Catalan Studio IDE, but Catalan IDE is fine. How do we identify elements? XPath, CSS. I'll just keep it here. Some of these will go advanced team as we go. This is almost like level 1 for us. All right. So this is the green zone. This is where we start. Then we're looking at manual to automation testing, understanding the concepts of ERA. Okay. How efficiency, reusability, and accuracy play vital role in the ROI. What is ROI team? Of test automation. ROI is your return on investment. Any effort that we put, we want to see that we get some, return out of it. And that is something you will continue to build over a period of time, team. You start with your basics, but as we build frameworks, as we go through each level, we'll add more to it. We also have to know what are automation frameworks. What do they do? How do we start to work with them? What to use, which framework to when? Get the basic concepts, because only when you know automation frameworks, you'll be able to understand AnyAUT overall team. As an engine, what does it do at the front end? Some of you are doing the exercises now. It'll start to make sense. Oh, okay, this is how the test can get executed. Then comes understanding how the defects and run dashboards come out. This is important for us to analyze and understand. Any test management or automation tool typically will have an error report at the end that you need to look at. What I want you to do, and you have not done yet, is a test practice project in a team environment. So this is red. You have not done anything in a team environment. Oopsie. I wanted, at least some of you to get together to do it. JPAC members are already kind of getting into the identification. We have to do work on this team. So this, we will plan it this week. Okay, we'll do a lot of these activities in this current week. Now, certified students, a lot of you are already doing team. So what I am looking at is for you to continue to put your efforts, practice, attend these webinars, be interactive there, work on your assignments, and ensure that you're getting the concepts correct. Then I will guide you through the interactive certification test, how it will work, a simple 30-question multiple choice questionnaire, and how we can become AACT certified. All right, certification. This is for live projects plus certification test on AACT. This is AnyAUT certified tester. What I kept mentioning specifically about AnyAUT and AnyAUT certified tester team is there are two things. Remember this. AnyAUT is right now not a popular tool in the market. We don't even know if it will become popular yet or not. It is a good product. It is a great automation tool. From that perspective, it's got good potential. Then why is it that you're learning? For two reasons you're learning AnyAUT team. Number one, AnyAUT will teach you the basics of software testing and automation. Okay, you can see how executions are done, how simple tools will work. All these concepts will become easy. So if it is AnyAUT certified tester, I know that they cover all of these. They know this manual testing concepts and all that predominantly very well. And that is inspiring for us. The second thing is when you put this detail in your resume that I've been part of AnyAUT certification, you have to mention what is the certification. So you're adding a lot of keywords to your resume, to your project, describing this is what we have done. That is where the certification will have a lot of value, team. When you sit in an interview and they'll ask you, what is AnyAUT certified tester? how did this come to you? You can mention about the fact of what this tool is, how technically it works on automation using Selenium, and that becomes your interview discussion point. All right, team. This gives us the right to be able to certify you all that this is what we are doing. That is with manual testing program. Now, where are we? When do we plan to end? Current batch start, current batch end. Oopsie. Okay. Current batch start, end. This, we will end it this week, team. I need a couple of classes only more before we get into the other one. So 12th, 13th, let's say 16th, I'll just put it as, because we're also merging on to Selenium classes from this. Let's put it as 15th at least. November 15th. Oopsie. Same. All right. Now, next batch, every month, one new live batch, US morning and evening. And I was very suspectful of how many people would attend the live webinar because of the Veterans Day. All kids having off. My kids are at home too, so I'm not sure how many of you had the same issue. But that will be the schedule, team. All right. Now, if that's good, let's move on to automation live training. Now, team, you and I, we all know that having just this manual testing skill will not give us all the comfort that we're looking forward for, team. Okay, so you will need to expand on this. If you already have a job that is waiting for you with what you've learned, then great. If not, we need to dig deeper. How do we go further in our career development? And this becomes a very, very critical zone for you. All right. Now, what I plan to do is the same batch that is there. A lot of you already confirmed into the Selenium Advanced training. We will start around the 16th. We will do a demo class on 16th, and 19th or 20th we'll start. Okay. So demo class on 16th November. Okay, that is this week. Day 1 for Selenium from Day 1 Selenium. 19th, did I say? Just let's give a couple days there. Let's make it 20th November. Once we start on 20th November, I wish to end it in about day 20, about 20 sessions. So we've already covered about 7-8 sessions here, about 10 sessions, 20 sessions here. We have a lot to do, team. They may be more 1 hour sessions than 1.5 hours. The reason being that we will have more technical depth that we will get into that requires us to be really focused, team. So 60 minutes of lectures is pretty good. So date 20th November, Monday to Friday, same 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. On 20th, when do we end it then? This one. So the 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks will give us about 4 weeks in total, team. We'll be able to do it faster if we can do about 1.5 hour session. We're looking at least 7th of December. Okay. The way we will start, team, is I don't think this content I was not happy with team prepared. So I'm going to quickly write down what is it that we will do. We will start with a quick recap on manual testing and Selenium IDE automation. Okay, so that will become very important when we start this as a new batch. It's the same batch, team. Once we finish, all of us will be moving here. Let's do a quick recap. Then we go about how to set up Selenium WebDriver with Eclipse and Core Java. Okay, so this you have to do both installation and dry run of simple Selenium WebDriver code. How do we write that first program where whatever we are executing from IDE, now we will do it using a Java program? Okay, and how does that power start? What do we happen to do there? We have to then go through a lot of core Java learning team. The basic programming, you'll have to go to the programming language. Oopsie. Language. You have to go through the syntax. What are the syntax? You'll have to look at errors, both runtime and syntax and runtime errors, how they work. All right. You'll need to look at variables, objects, like primarily. How do we work with classes and methods? Are you all with me, team? I'm taking a little time to at least kind of lay out what is coming ahead for us. Then we'll get into a topic. Okay. Classes, methods. You'll have to get into loops, condition statements, conditional statements, like if statement, for loop, while loop, and so on. How we do complete Java project on Selenium WebDriver team. That becomes the first base. And to complete all of this, this is like almost the part one, or I always use in a different applications team. So I'll say project one. About 4 to 5 classes. All right. The next comes, where are my loops, condition statements? There are a lot of things, team. Exception handling, try catch blocks. Oh, there's a lot that will come up slowly, but again, most of this will become so easy as we go along, team. All right. It has to go in a smooth format in the same zone. So as we keep doing recaps, you will notice it'll a lot of benefit for us overall. Complete Java project and Selenium WebDriver. You have to look at how to associate jar required jar files to your Java project. This small things, how to download and associate latest required jar files to Java project. This is one area where you will spend a lot of time. Sometimes can be frustrating. So you'll see that, oh, I have to install this, I have to install that. We need a few things, team. So we'll go through those. Okay. What's next? Next comes the project 2. In project 2, primarily, oopsie, we'll build a data-driven framework team. I'll call it as DDF. In this, what happens actually, a lot of these loops, conditions, exceptions, try catch will come here, team. So I'm moving some of this content here, and we build first framework with test data stored externally. How does that work? How do we build it? You're going to become very, very prominently active because of this team. The next thing we will learn is JUnit and TestNG. How to start working with them. Because whatever we do, we can do the same within JUnit or TestNG team. Core Java, JUnit, TestNG. The different schools, same framework, same methodology. The only thing is when to use what. How do we know? What are the subtle differences? I'll explain. Otherwise, very, very beautiful and simple frameworks. These are called as Java frameworks itself. All right. So we will talk a lot about frameworks again practically. You all attended one of the webinars called All About Software Test Automation Frameworks. In that, you were introduced to them. Now you will start to build them. Okay. Stored externally. Build and maintain from ground up. By this team, you'll be very, very proficient with coding, working with Selenium WebDriver commands, automating a few tests and so on. KDF, okay, understand a lot more. Okay, these I'll move it into the next. Okay, the concept of keywords, building a core Java engine powered by Selenium to do keyword driven framework. So basically, how do we go about doing this? Okay, and I'm almost there, team. Another 10 minutes. I think we'll finish with what's the story. This is important for us. Here, we'll get exposed to organizing our Eclipse folder structure for easy build integration, build/dev integration. Now, this is where slowly you'll start seeing a little bit more CI/CD kind of activities slowly coming in. Not the core ones, but a lot of that. Hybrid, POM plus hybrid framework. So the same thing. In fact, the last Selenium batch that I just ended last week, team, there's still one more session left on how we combine them all into one. So it's like a summary almost of all the hard work, how to combine the best of all frameworks into a hybrid model. And before that, we have to, of course, understand page object model and page factory. The two kind of very similar in approach. What they do as an intent is very important, team. This will become as part of what we will do in these 20 sessions, team. We will have to go at different speeds. The reason being, some of these is constant. How much time will a DDF take now? It'll just take me about 3 sessions. 3 classes is enough because I've got the basics covered well. This will take me about 4 to 5 sessions. Okay, let's say 5 sessions. Now, once we get there, we can end it within 3 sessions. How many do I have total? 5, 10, 16. That's good. That's good for us. In 16 sessions, we should be able to complete. I'm just putting anywhere between day 15 to 20, team. We should be able to complete. And 20th November to 7th December. Now this is again, I'll be the trainer, team. Even here, I don't know if Shankar will come in yet. But once it comes to the next one, I'll talk about this, I think. Yeah, come on. Trying to edit. Okay. Now, team, I don't think I should call this as live projects and certifications alone because there'll be a lot more to it than just live projects and certifications. I wish to call this group more as this is pre-JPAC team. JPAC is an all-inclusive group. This I would like to call it more as our SDET, DevOps, live projects and certifications. Live projects, what are they, team? There are different types. One, practice with other teams, other team members and teams. Okay. Then we have our volunteer and work from home opportunities that we have. These are all part of, while you're still in training, how can you create something that is project defined specifically with what your profile will carry. So when we work on this projects team, and you will get exposed to seeing that, where are we here? Okay. Is that it's a very different initiative, team, and that is one exposure that is most important aspect of how we've been successful in our training programs. When you start working on activities and assignments as a team and start delivering, immense learning, great exposure, amazing for your resume. This is absolutely necessary for those with no work X. Now, see, team, any automation testing position, if you take today, minimum 5 years expectation, team, of overall experience. How will you generate 5 years of experience overnight or within 3 months of program? You may not, but at least the core skills that you have learned have to come out. This is necessary for those with no work experience. Adds significantly to your resume and professional curriculum. Okay. Now, what do we do in SDET? How is SDET different, team? How many of you know what is an SDET? Software development engineer in test. So before we can understand what SDET is, we need to understand the shift left concept. Why did the shift left happen? Where QA starts earlier in the SDLC cycle, and then started the shift right concept, where developers are getting towards automation testing. So what is happening in the world, team, is while we are all competing from manual testing to go to automation, developers who've got coding experience are coming from the other way, and those are becoming or called as SDETs. So basically, coding strong, they have that dev mindset, and they can create frameworks or scripts that kind of keep running. But what is it that we expect a lot from SDET is to be part of the build process, be it your agile, scrum, whatever Kanban, whatever methodologies we're using, it'll be part of it. You will focus a lot on CI, CD related activities. That is continuous integration. And continue. Oopsie. I'm making a little delivery. In this, you'll get exposed to tools as simple as Ant or Maven or Jenkins. How we do, hosting on Git or /GitHub. How we use Trello, Jira, to log defects, how we can connect to certain systems like AWS, Amazon Web Services, and cloud servers. These will become more towards your DevOps side, okay? Deployment, how do we do, and so on. Understanding these, team. So if you look at from a career perspective, as you go through very manual basic, your career options also get limited. Once you get to automation, yes, you've got the right package. Here, we kind of fill in all those gaps, team, and add those amazing new tools and technologies that we're talking about. And when we talk about SDET, you should also have an exposure to other testing, other QA services. Like what? How much is your API testing skill, team? Okay. How can you do API testing, web services? How about mobile app testing or, OTT testings? We're talking about functional regression either way, functional regression, UI, web testing. We're talking about a lot of them. How about our security and performance testing? All right. Regular smoke tests and so on, not much. API testing covers a lot of integration testing as well. So this kind of gives you whatever are there for us to complete through it. Then comes a JPAC team, and this is where I think I'm still to fill a JPAC with a lot of sessions. I want to power pack JPAC now. Weekly, I want to do at least 3 sessions team. Okay, pre-scheduled. Scheduled. And these are group sessions. So all can kind of join in from JPAC members and see what happens. What are the things that we want to do? Tech issues, anything that you're stuck with. Let's do a screen share and talk about resolving it. Talking about your project status / work. Getting started with job hunt. These things, so primarily want to divide it into 3 things, team. Technical, okay, what is it happening? Project, it could be going in the current project where you're working, or it could be with the next is the job or the practice project team. These 3 sessions are very critical, team. What I want to add to this is one-on-one discussions as and when fair, and we have the time for sitting down. We have to do this specifically on your resume and your profile. How do we build that? Okay, and we will also do little mock interviews, team, to kind of prepare you and how we need to address you. We have to reposition you into market for multiple job opportunities. Now, we want to work very closely with your team in here. The main challenge that I have seen with JPAC members is confidence. They take a lot of time to get all this way. So this is also something that we will do every month. This is an ongoing activity, monthly. Start anytime. You don't have to really wait for these things. There are activities, there are projects that are happening, everything. You only have to sign a simple NDA, because if we have to showcase or share any of the client work, then we're not losing any of the issues in that legal battle. This Karthik and Shankar would do, team, because there's some topics in here which I'm not a great expert myself on a daily working basis. Things like, Jenkins, and I worked on it a lot, but not been using. How do we structure this? Of course, running this through TestNG, reports. There's so many things, team. I'm missing at least 5-6 names out here, but you need to get exposure to all of them. All right. Work closely with the members. This is very important. Longer journey needs a lot of motivation, because it is hard work, team. You're spending a decent amount of, so this is how much? 10 hours. This is about, since we already did 10 hours, this we can easily do it in 15 hours. Okay. Of live training. This people spend anywhere between, I would say, 10 to 40 hours per week. You have to spend time, team. It is not like you come to a class, brush up for half an hour, you're set. Whatever you have to learn is learned. Now you have to put it into practice, work on them. Pretty systems that we'll have to keep working on. All right. Now, JPAC is a overall 3 to 6 months program. What you would get, and which I'm not really boasting on too much here, team, because this is a deliverable from our side, is it's a great program that has been well structured with all inclusive. So it's not like you upgrade from each and so on. Second is you have 1 year access to live plus videos. Third, you can repeat as needed. I have JPAC members from 3 years back who could not complete it, who are rejoining. So that's fine. So this is more a handheld program team, a little bit more. Now, to make this happen, I'm introducing Leena and Pavan from my team, who will coordinate from JPAC member coordination. Like right from accessing your Google Drives, your videos, how do you put everything on a daily basis? All right. Then we have Venkat Kasturi, who is the our senior who's a senior QA lead. So he will assist us on one-on-ones along with me as needed to improve. So Venkat will help you with, like Venkat and Leena with your resume and clean it up before it comes to mock interview towards me team. So we have organized this in a very structured way, and we want to make sure that we go through this in the it is very essential to create a successful environment team, and that is what I'm really trying to thrive on. How do we create an environment where you all can successfully learn things? So this is what we've planned, team, so far. I'm going to focus a lot on scheduling these sessions accordingly. So far my manual is almost there. Automation live training starting right after. SDET and DevOps live projects and certifications. Let that be into fourth category. And job placement and certified training is your final goal, team. So I want all this to be there. Let's see what else is there. Finishing. Oh yeah, Cucumber. I forgot a lot of tools here. There's so many tools, team, that we can add here to SDET DevOps. Other tools and methods. What are they? You need to know BDD, TDD, ATDD. Get a little bit of exposure to Robotium. And what is there? Not necessarily Robotium to begin with. Robot framework. And team, you have access to C#, Python. But I don't know if I can put it here or in the other one. BA, PMP, and many other courses. So this, I'm going to move it into the next one. Okay, and here, robot framework, Cucumber. And in case we need protractor, how does it work with, mean stack, Angular applications, and so on. We need to touch them, team. All this is something that we need to touch them on. All right. Now, Selenium with Java, Selenium with C#, Selenium with Python, all three combinations have been done from our side. So when you get to your video library, you'll have access to all of this content. Apart from live, you have a great library of videos, team. We've been building this for years, almost a decade, but most of them have been, we do regular lives, so they're pretty much updated. Any questions on things so far, team? We've spent a lot of time in understanding the structure and what's coming next. Any questions on this, please? Okay, let me see. Quick questions. Will you share this Excel? I'll share a document. Don't worry, please. As per the schedule, there'll be Selenium live project demo session will be had after this class. Is it going to happen today? No, Anthony. I don't think. Actually, I don't mind. How many of you registered for it? Very few registered. because we were all busy with this session. So only few of us registered for the other one. Let me see which one I'm saying. See 12 of you. If there are few more members joining in, then I'll do a quick session. Okay. Share, copy registration link. I'm going to put this in chat. So team, you can join in. Maybe 10 minutes I'll speak on that. Okay, 10-15 minutes on the live project. Introduce. If there's good audience, then I'll quickly get you started onto a project activity. What about team project for ACT training that you talked about initially? Yes. Will Selenium WebDriver and Java be difficult for non-programming background? So what about team project for ACT training? We have not started yet team. So what I need to do is divide you onto teams. Now there are about 120 or 130 of you. To divide them is getting a little tougher for me. Plus the way you are right now, individually there's some progress being made. Now I'll have to put you into this. So that's why I put this as red. Okay. By tomorrow, hopefully, I'll get you all into team. So at least I know that JPAC members and live project that the ACT members have to have. I put this into red. I know this is the pending one. Once with this base, now we can get started. So I want you all to join the 10 a.m. call. Then we'll talk about this live project. Swati, I'll answer your question. How many projects will you put in your in our resume after the JPAC? Every JPAC member at IT-Learn does a minimum of 3 to 5, typically 3 to 6 projects. All right. Now, there are different things. Some are basic manual testing, some could be web service testing, some are functional automation testing, and so on. Okay. Depending on multiple projects, right from ASCT all the way, what we do. Automation live and SDET live projects have to be paid separately or under one registration. Team, I'm not going to go into the pricings. Okay. And for me, it's like a no-brainer, very simple team. You can take all of this for $10, $15 from other options and even for free. What we're doing is an end-to-end program where if we have to move as a group, we all have to learn. There may be 5-10% who may drop out, but 80-90% of us will focus a lot on the core learning. So we have to go in a very structured way. Let me see what else is there. Any questions further? Sabita, I answered about team project. There's another question. Will Selenium WebDriver and Java be difficult for non-programming background? Yes, it will be difficult for non-programming background, but 90% of my students come from that non-programming background. It is my duty and responsibility to make programming look easy and simple that you can handle it correctly. All right. What are the other questions that I have, team? I will see you back tomorrow. I will also be extending for the same evening session today. So that way you have morning and evening for those of you who are unable to attend live. And we will do the same continuation for Selenium training. Fair enough? When will the new manual team start? Manual testing start in November. So this month, team, I will start another batch a little later, maybe in the evening. Okay. Every month, one new batch live, US morning or evening. Okay. We'll switch between those maybe. I should start this in third week, November. Okay. All right, team, we have not got to our class. We couldn't get to our topics. I just did a couple of reviews for the team members. We really didn't do any progress on this, more like program review. Okay. Now, team, all of you have done a lot of hard work in creating your folders through our program, right? All your assignments and project work that you're doing, keep them handy because it is the same thing. We'll keep adding. By the time you finish, team, you'll have a very, very large folder with a lot of code and content which will help you. When will the Selenium Live project start? So Selenium Live project, there's an orientation today, team, at 10 a.m. So you can join that. When will the next manual testing batch start? Third week of November, I said, but I don't know when the team have organized. I'll discuss with Pawan and Leena. I think we should be able to do it on the 26th. Third week November, let's say 26th November. we can restart one more batch. Okay, depends on how many participants are coming in team. If we have a lot of members going into advanced Selenium, we'll do that. There's also Catalan Studio here missing somewhere. We'll have to catch up on that. HP qtp /UFT. Now it's actually Micro Focus. All right. I think that's about it for my side, team. We have about 15 minutes before we can get into live project. Join that session. I will talk more about what we can do in this live project. What do we have currently and how we can work. All right, everyone. Great. I'll see you back tomorrow for the evening batch. It'll be the same video that will get played. And tomorrow we'll go through and finish with our couple more pending topics, team, tomorrow, day after. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I will share this as a view only so you can take a look at it, at least that way you get the access. I've kind of deleted this. And I'm going to put it into chat. There you go for everyone. This is my first shot. I signed up for Selenium WebDriver in live project. Am I in the right place? Yes, Ismat, you're in the right place. I've go back to the beginning of the video. I've recapped as to what we did in the first few sessions and how we're going to go about in the next. I think I've kind of explained everywhere. So we've done some of the basics and all of them are available as videos. Lot of members will be joining this week for Selenium team. It'll be a new group that will get added to our group. So by then, if we can get to the basics, we'll do a recap and keep going from there. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll see you back tomorrow then. Take care. Bye now. Last question, Manita. I'm sorry, I saw one question coming in. I couldn't stop it. The schedule looks great. As I'm new to this program, I do not know if I can ask you to get more time to work on the assignments because classes are scheduled back to back. Sure. So how do we work on assignments? The way we will do assignments, team, is it'll be a team activity and also my review. So you will see collectively we'll be able to accomplish it. Single-handedly, I reviewing about 60, 70 of you JPAC members in this current batch will be a little challenge, but we will do it as a team. We will ensure that things will get reviewed. Each of you will go through that. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow. Bye then. Bye all.